Meghan Markle has given her first interview since the birth of her daughter Lilibet Diana to speak about how her love for Prince Harry inspired her new children's book, The Bench.
In the story, I'm observing this love between my husband and our son and imagining what it will be as they have more shared moments as our son gets older. So from scraping a knee to having a heart broken, whatever it is, that they always reset at this bench and have this moment to bond.
9Honey's royal commentator Natalie Oliveri joins us now. Nat, there's also a subtle tribute to Princess Diana in the book The Bench.
The Bench, yeah, look,
because
Meghan...
kids love benches, as you know, it's remarking.
Yes. I was saying, unless it's that you can put the kid on the naughty bench.
You could do that.
Not
now,
the naughty step.
This bench has a lot of depictions of Prince Harry and baby Archie in the book. It was released on June 8 and it's already reached #1 on the New York Times bestseller list, so someone is liking the book. But Meghan said she wrote the book as a bit of a poem. It started as a love letter to Harry and her son Archie. And as I mentioned, it includes depictions of Harry dressed in an army uniform. Meghan is feeding the chickens in the family garden with...
Obsessed with those chickens, isn't she?
They love the chickens, with baby Lilibet in the bassinet as well. So lots of family life, real family life depicted in this book. But what Meghan has said is if you look very closely, you can find all these little hidden Easter eggs. Now, that's how she has described it. And she's also mentioned one of them being Princess Diana's favourite flower, forget-me-nots. I think we've got a little bit from Meghan now.
I think you can find sweet little moments that we've tucked in there from my favorite flower, even my husband's mom's favorite flower, forget-me-nots. We wanted to make sure those were included in there. There's a lot of special detail and love that went into this book.
It's like a Marvel movie. You can just deep dive into all the Easter eggs in the bench, can't you?
I love it. It's a little treasure hunt throughout the book. It's like spotting all the, the similarities and the little nods to the family.
And this interview was actually recorded just before baby Lilibet was born. So lovely to hear from Meghan. It was the first interview Meghan has done since that explosive Oprah interview back in March. So it was nice to hear her, and it was all very positive. So there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
It's a nice book. You know, lots of people are saying...
When is it released here then?
It was released on June the 8th.
OK, so we can buy it.
You can buy it.
Okay,
but lots of people are talking about how Harry is wearing an army uniform in the book, and a lot has been said about that was done because he's very upset about losing his military titles and the whole Megxit thing. So
because it's not a British army uniform.
Yeah, that's the thing. Look, the illustrations are done by an American artist, and she has depicted him wearing an American army uniform rather than the British army uniform. But I'd say that's probably just because she's American. So yeah.
Another thing for the royals not to be happy about.
That's right.
But it has been quite a solemn Father's Day for the royal family. It's their first Father's Day without Prince Philip.
It is. So Prince Philip passed away on April 9 this year. He was just 99 years old. And Meghan and basically all the royals have started sharing tributes on social media. Now, this one we're looking at here is by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. And they've shared a never before seen photo, I should say, of Prince William and his 3 children. It's down the bottom there, and it was at Trooping the Colour back in 2019. Also a lovely photo of Prince Philip and his great-grandchildren there as well. But Prince Charles shared a beautiful photo of himself as a child with Prince Philip, and he called Philip his pa, and saying, he actually said, you know, this is going out to all the people who have lost loved ones in the past year especially. We also saw a photo of Camilla's father, Bruce. He passed away in 2006, and the Queen shared a photo of her father. So really lovely tributes. It would have to be very hard for the royal family with the loss of Prince Philip, and this is the photo there that the Queen shared showing Prince Philip with, that's baby Prince Charles sitting there on an animal, and King George VI in the background, and this was taken at Balmoral Castle in 1951. So lovely to see these old photos.
Also making news, speaking of the royals, that Prince Charles is reportedly going to cull the number of official titles that are out there. So who's in the firing line? Who's not going to get a title?
Well, this apparently is baby Archie, Harry and Meghan's son. So at the moment, Archie is not entitled to be known as a prince because he is not in the direct line of succession. But when Prince Charles becomes king, basically Archie will be elevated. So he will become the grandchild of a monarch, which will entitle him to...
Lily too, I assume.
Lilibet would become a princess under those rules. But Prince Charles has long talked about slimming down the monarchy. He wants to have less working royal family members, and that would, of course, cut down on the public money because taxpayers fund the royals who are there performing royal duties, and they also provide security for them. So Prince Charles's plan is really to limit the number of people known as their Royal Highness, and this would include baby Archie. Now, apparently Prince Charles told his son Harry and Meghan his plans to actually change the letters patent, that is the official document. He made that clear to the couple just before their interview with Oprah. Now, it's claimed that Harry and Meghan were quite upset by this, and that's why they began giving all those explosive
Charlotte
things.
As well?
So George and Charlotte,
And
in
Louis?
2012, the Queen actually changed the letters patent, which entitled all the Cambridge children to be known as their Royal Highnesses rather than just George. So they are also included in this at the moment. But what it would do, it would remove Archie's entitlement to a
See,
prince.
that doesn't seem fair, though. If you were a brother and then one set of kids is getting one, because they're still a family.
So
one set of kids getting one thing, one set of kids is getting another.
Yeah, so under the current rules, Archie is entitled to become a prince when Charles becomes king, but Prince Charles is reportedly planning to change that, and that is all part of his plan to slim down the monarchy. At the moment, there are...
very Game of Thrones. All
It does.
Why does it
Look,
matter,
there are-
really?
He's the
why
bastard
did
child,
you-
and he'll be thrown to the north.
Well, look, understandably, Harry and Meghan would be quite upset by that. But look, the thing that has got a lot of people talking about today is that when Harry and Meghan spoke with Oprah, it was Meghan who linked this to race. Now, people are saying it has nothing to do with race. It's all about cost, because Charles doesn't want the taxpayers to be footing this huge bill, because it's millions and millions of pounds every year. And already we've got, you know, Prince Andrew isn't a working member. His daughters don't really perform royal duties at the moment. They don't get police protection. So there's just 7 key members of the royal family at the moment. Had Prince Harry and Meghan stayed as their, you know, positions earlier, they would be included in this Magnificent Seven, as lots of people are calling it.
The Magnificent Seven. It's great. Very fun. Nat, good to see you.
Thanks, Nat.